Hi, I'm Ming. Today we're going to talk about the underground kingdom.
The inner Earth world has always been a topic of endless debate. Many people suspect that we have another world. So today we're going to talk about a comparison, a true geocentric adventure. In 2023, Michael Knight posted a special person in the U.S. Army. His name is JP. He said he executed it once in the past 2 years, underground mission. Located in Florida, USA, they were going into a hidden cave, looking for a sleeping giant. Later, I saw a dungeon with new humans with ant characteristics. The military calls them Ant-Men. This operation was conducted by JP and 7 other Army members, then exposed to Michael Knight. Let's first introduce what this person does. He's about the same occupation as Bill Ryan, a whistleblower who is not afraid of death. At the same time, also the founder of an alien political reveal project. This video is the original document of Michael's interview with Gib. It includes the specific process of this operation. Has been posted on YouTube and his website. Let's talk next. How did this whistleblower receive this mysterious mission? Started JP as a secret military officer. His work is very stressful. One day, he was panicked by 3 Mercedes vans. Pick up a total of 8 people. The 3 cars take different routes. Came to a place. In 40 minutes, JP found a black bag in the car. Sir, tell him, now you can take it out of the bag. Out of today's equipment, behind the ground net. The navigation system inside will take you to exact location. So this group of people didn't know until they got in the car. What is the mission this time? It took them 15 minutes to change their clothes and gear, and was thrown in front of an unfamiliar wood. There's a Black Hawk in the back. Helicopters have been following them to make sure there are no stalkers behind. Then the man passed through a path in the woods, walked a few kilometers. They came to a flat bush. A leading officer blow 3 times with a special weekday whistle. After a while, the ground began to shake slightly. There is a small hole in the bushes that is slowly opening, and this time they saw the Black Hawk helicopter passing by. It seems that he has been monitoring the situation below. After the helicopter leaves, they go through the underground hatch, start walking down the dark stairs. In the impression of cleanliness, the smell of grass fills the air. Then they turned on the headlights. There was a thud when the hatch closed. Then all their electronic devices failed. Only the headlights are still on. 10 minutes walk along the underground path. They see there are some torches flickering slightly ahead. After the downward journey, JP saw a huge stone door. The pattern on it is very old, kind of like a medieval pattern. There are 2 strange-looking women in front of the door. Their chief had a few words with these people. The door was opened. There is a lot of space behind the door, and there is a cave system everywhere. At the front, there's a huge fountain glowing blue. There are some children walking around, not far away. Looks very lively, but their faces are a bit like ants. It is about 1.5 meters tall. According to JP, they are scary. Lots of pigs and dogs here. Pigs and dogs that look like humans. They are concentrated in a huge ranch. The area is hard to see at a glance. At the same time, JP also found that they were talking in English. There are still some humans in their masses. Only then did he find out these humans are previously missing children, or mistakenly entered these cave systems and became a man of the ant kingdom. They survived here probably about 150 to 200 years, and the age of these ant people, usually around 100 to 400 years old, so they are very long-lived. After further understanding, most of their diet is corn. Also drink some homemade beer. They have strong beliefs. Is it God who doesn't know, but treat everyone fairly? Only JP followed the chief and continued to go deeper. Say hello to nearby ant people as you walk. Not far away they saw a king. He wears a robe and a crown on his head. There is a huge sapphire in the crown, surrounded by many small gems. Looks like a nice chrome piece. Very pretty. At this point in the story, I feel compelled to tell you, there are many people in this ant kingdom, according to reliable sources. They are guarding an ancient giant, sleeping now. This information was obtained by the U.S. military not long ago, because Ant Kingdom appears to have forged a connection with America. Their world will slowly open up to humans. The opening here, you have to figure out, is the U.S. military, not ordinary people, but there's a giant nearby. This is a very big trouble, so they should have entrusted the U.S. government to fix these troubles. By the way, establish diplomacy. It should be noted that these ants have colonies on every continent in the United States, so Gib after this not only came to this ant kingdom, went elsewhere, even carried out part of the moon plan.
We're like shocked and confused, like what the hell is this? Your Majesty. We didn't know how to react. And then you had guards, ant people guards, guarding the door. and then you had a type of shofar that they were blowing in the back. Two ant people blowing the shofar and welcoming us.
So this revelation is very long, and what happens next is, Ant Kingdom says it likes Gip very much. Meet him to come to his room, tell him some secrets, put the other team members in another room. Cleanliness says the king has a face close to human. The eyes are brown, and the pupils are very large. If you look closely, it's still a little bit of a bling-bling. Okay, the king told the neat. Their people want to go to the ground to teach human knowledge. At the same time, they also hope that human beings can visit in your own cave, so in the next plan, both sides can have friendly exchanges. You can stay if you want. Another very important thing is the Ant Kingdom. There are many ships near the Gray Ball. They're all docked on an arc in space. Now, this ship is very energetic, so the king told Jappy, our spacecraft will be constantly present on Earth and the moon, between the balls, if you see them. Don't panic. After, the Ant King gave him a transparent glass cube. The outside is surrounded by exquisite copper paper carvings. It looks beautiful on top. When JP took the Rubik's Cube, he felt his whole body vibrate. Wong told him that this thing has a special frequency, can treat various diseases in animals. The reason they have a lifespan of 400 years, all because of him. So he can only touch this precious thing for a while, not even a second. Then the king put him in his precious bag. After this brief meeting, Ant-Man refuses to discuss giants anymore, as if they had a new idea. But the king said, can take them to visit some other caves. Throughout the long journey, Cleanliness Fetish sees many people in the Ant Kingdom holding torches, travel back and forth in the cave. They are tall, short, fat, and thin. Every now and then they say hello to themselves. It seems that humans have long known them. In a few days, they found that the Ant Kingdom has a huge space, even bigger than a single state in the United States. After visiting their castle, JP and 7 other players, coming out of an unfamiliar hatch, a Black Hawk helicopter took all the team members, picked up the base. I have to say this time, the mission caused a lot of shock to JP, although secret military personnel of the government, but he's still a little excited. Look back, it turns out that there is another world under their feet. But the story about JP is far from over. In all his missions, the Ant Kingdom is just a special experience. After this, JB says he flew a moon mission before. He was picked up by a special aircraft. You probably won't remember the name of this aircraft. According to JP, he was in a car called Anti-Gravity Triangle Aircraft of TR-3BA. 30 minutes later, they arrived at a base on the moon, and this base was established in the late 1950s. Code Horizon Project. Someone must have said it now. The Apollo moon landing was 1969. Isn't this contradictory to each other? But you may not know, establishing a plan and executing it are two different things. And that doesn't include U.S. covert operations. Who doesn't know about Project Horizon? You can check it yourself. I won't say much here. So JP's mission is secret. There were 15 of them in the TR-3B, halfway. Fainted because Gip didn't adapt to the speed of the ship. When he wakes up, already in a base near the moon. But this base is not on the lunar surface, but on a space base near Ant-Man. They say it's like a graceful arc. First of all, the base is very large. There's vegetation and oxygen. There are also various facilities, but before entering, they'll spray you with a white smoke, step similar to disinfection. For more details the blogger has not seen, so the whole thing exploded. The content is unacceptable to ordinary people. When I heard Gip was in the TR-3B aircraft, the blogger was also a little surprised. But if you understand this, friends should not be difficult to understand, then there is a problem at the end of the video. Also good news, in 2023, the US government is about to introduce a plan to provide whistleblowers with protected laws. That is to say, now whether it's military personnel or ordinary people, confidential content of previous participation can be published. Will be protected by law. The specific details have to wait for the government documents to come out.
If you like our video, please remember to subscribe. This is our greatest support. Thank you for watching. See you next time.